Hi viewers, welcome back. In the previous video, we learned about methane in coal beds, exploring its characteristics as well as controlled versus uncontrolled explosions, FLP enclosures, performance requirements and constructional features in brief. This video demonstrates the DGMS guidelines for FLP certification and lab testing process of EX equipment, inspection and maintenance of ES equipment based on IEC code. It is very useful for users. Please don't skip the video, watch till the end to enjoy the topic. The DGMS is empowered to grant approval, and as per CMR 2017, he will specify the conditions of the equipment like type, standard, and make as approved by the DGMS general order or special order. Where in respect of any equipment, the DGMS has not made any notification, which is used in any mine, the DGMS may, if he is of the opinion that the use of such equipment is likely to endanger the safety in the mine, prohibit the use thereof until the same is approved by the DGMS. The owner, agent, or manager of a mine, while acquiring the approval type machinery, shall ensure that they conform to approved specifications in all respects and shall also be responsible for maintaining them as per approved standard. A copy of approval of every approval machinery, equipment, and device being used shall be kept at the office of the mine. As per DGMS approval policy, manufacturer shall submit an online application along with the relevant documentation, test reports together with entire facts and circumstances to the situation relating to the quality and performance of the equipment for use in mines in the interest of safety. The test should be conducted preferably in a single test house. Test certificates will have to contain executive summary detailing different tests conducted, passing criteria for each test, a remark column indicating each test results passed or failed. A copy of drawings also need to be submitted. Test reports issued by Government of Indian Laboratories, SIMFER, ARDA, CPRA, ERTL, etc. may be accepted subject to confirmation of its ability to conduct the test in pursuance with the prescribed standards or DGMS testing protocol. Let us see the procedure to be followed by the manufacturer for FLP testing of an electrical motor at SIMFER lab. Manufacturer have to provide the electric motor enclosures type, make, and a declaration for the standard along with the relevant information as provided in the slide. SIMFER is a government lab and is engaged in R&D activities for all types of EX equipment. Following test equipment is used for testing the electric motor enclosure: computer, Kistler piezoelectric transducer, and charge amplifier for conducting explosion pressure test, impact test machine, hydraulic testing machine. Please see the summary of test certification of the electric motor enclosure. Repair or overhaul, inspection and maintenance of EX equipment shall be carried out in accordance with the IEC code. Code mandates inspection and maintenance of installation to be carried out by experienced personnel whose training has undergone on the various type of protection of equipment and installation with appropriate refresher training. However, in practice, it is noticed that personnel do not undergo any training. This needs to be strengthened by user for their own safety. Let us discuss systematically and little elaborative about inspections and maintenance of EX equipment. Documentation plays a vital role and to be kept as updated record for accomplishing task at hand. Inspections, there are two types of inspections: initial inspection and periodic inspection. Initial inspection, during which the inspection of electrical equipment system and installation before they brought into use. Purpose of inspection is to check that selected type of EX equipment and its installation is appropriate. Initial detailed inspection of flame paths of a flame-proof motor is not required, but that of associated terminal box is required after cabling and before fixing the cover. During the periodic inspection, all electrical equipment, system and installations carried out on routine basis. Purpose of periodic inspection is to check the status of ES equipment and installation. The grade of inspection and the interval between periodic inspections shall be determined taking into type of EX equipment, manufacturer's instructions, factors governing its deterioration, the zone of use, and results of the previous inspections. Most importantly, the user must take care for the major factors affecting the deterioration of EX equipment. Corrosion, exposure to chemicals and solvents, accumulation of dust or dirt, water ingress, exposure to excessive process temperature, risk of mechanical damage, exposure to undue vibration. In so many instances, audit teams are not happy with the level of training and experience of personnel, unauthorized modifications or adjustments, and inappropriate maintenance. So the interval between the periodic inspection shall not exceed 3 years without seeking expert advice. This interval shall be 1 year for portable and handheld devices, which are normally prone to damage or misuse. Sample inspections are used to modify the interval of periodic inspections and grade of inspection required. Sample inspected shall not reveal fault of random nature but should be used to monitor the effects of environmental conditions, vibration, inherent design, weakness, etc. Let us watch the maintenance of EX equipment. It is primary need that maintenance staff must be aware about type of protection, zone classification, temperature classification, gas group, and ES protected equipment and their maintenance. De-energize power supply before any opening of cover of EX protective equipment and read warning instruction provided on the body of the equipment. Avoid using hammers and sharp tools which damage flat joints, surfaces and destroy the flame paths and increase the gap of flame proof joint. Always use right size of Allen key only for opening of Allen key bolts. The maintenance of electrical or electronic equipment in hazardous areas may be divided into two categories: regular maintenance and routine maintenance. The schedule of visual inspection may be decided by the mines and regulation team for the regular maintenance. And the checklist is provided in the slide. Please go through the slide. Routine maintenance. The schedule of routine maintenance may be decided by mine authorities. The checklist is already appended here in the slide. Please go through and follow the checklist. Let us have a lab tour to understand the poor installation of a enclosure cover and its effects. Also, to witness the pressure determination test. An enclosure withstands combustion forces and cools the explosive gas by diverting it through all the engineered flame paths. Let us watch what happened if a minor step is skipped, like all cover bolts are secured except a few. A spark ignites the hazardous gases inside the enclosure. The burning gas will escape before being properly cooled. The result is the outside hazardous atmosphere of the enclosure are also ignited, causing a significant secondary explosion, which can lead to equipment damage and injury or death of the personnel. Watch in a slow motion what can happen in a flash. Let us watch the pressure determination test. The pressure determination test is conducted to determine the amount of pressure if explosion occur inside the enclosure. A mixture of air with the hazardous gas is prepared and is passed through the enclosure, which has been fitted with the transducer to measure the internal pressure. The entire process is controlled by a PLC system, and the pressures developed during the explosions are recorded by a specially designed software. The command fire sets off the process of ignition of hazardous gases within the enclosure. The pressures recorded by the transducers in the form of graphs and peak explosion pressure and raise time is noted down for further. Hello, mining techs and OEMs. If you found this video helpful and want to see more high value content tailored for mining technicians and OEMs, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Sharing this video with your colleagues and industry friends helps immensely. Your support directly encourages me to keep researching and creating deeper, more useful technical guides for mining community. Thank you for watching. And call to attention is for intrinsically safe field orientation tutorial. Stay tuned